my friends, I hope you're well. My name is Gabby. Today I am doing the second video in my goal setting series here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be about the how I do my goals and how I make my goals and the nitty-gritty. In the last video I talked about why I goal set and why it's important to me and why I think it should be important to you. And in today's video I'm going to be going over how I actually do my goal setting. So I have broken up this video into 5 parts and 5 steps that I do my goal setting, which is your step 1, your long-term goals. Step 2, breaking it down into clear and measurable goals. Step 3, which is tracking your progress. Step 4, which is review and improve. And step 5, which is rinse and repeat. Okay, let's dive right in. Step 1, dream big. So in this step, it's creating your long-term goals. Maybe it's, you're gonna create long-term goals in 6 categories like we talked in the last video. Health goals, financial goals, academic/career goals, personal/hobby goals, romantic relationship goals, and family and friendship goals, which is what I personally do. Maybe an example of this is you wanna lose 100 pounds for a health goal. Or maybe you want to buy a house for financial goals. Or maybe romantic relationship, you want to get married in the next 5 years. Whatever your big, audacious, hairy goal is, right? Your big 3 to 5 year goals. You can pause the video here. You can go make your goals and come back later. But think for a second, pause, and think about what those big, long-term goals. Dream big. The sky's the limit for these ones. Okay, step 2. Which is to break your goals down into clear, measurable SMART goals. So if you've probably heard of SMART goals before, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And the way that I do this is I always create goals in quarter goals. I have a Google Doc that I do all my quarter goals in, and a quarter goal, there's a first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. First quarter is from January to March, second quarter is March to June, third quarter is July to September, and fourth quarter is October to December. So that's our time-bound component of our SMART goal. And I get a lot of this from the Atomic Habits book. This is where we break it down into like the actual daily activities that are gonna bring us to our goal. So for example, we talked about lose 100 pounds. If your goal was to lose 100 pounds, then maybe your goal for this 3-month period is I want to work out twice a week and I want to meal plan once a week. So you'd say I want to work out 24 times over the next 3 months and I want to meal plan at least 12 times and I want to work out at least 24 times. And then the beauty of this is it's measurable, so you can keep track of how often you do it. It's achievable, so maybe 24 times is not achievable for you, so you need to adjust it. Maybe that's too easy and you need to, raise the bar. But you definitely want to make sure that your goal is achievable, which I will go over more so in the review section, the review and improve section. And then also what's beautiful about this, I like to do, like, for example, the workout 24 times over the next 3 months instead of working out 2 times a week, is that if you miss 1 day a week, you don't completely lose the whole goal. Like you didn't fail the goal just because 1 week you didn't work out 2 times a week. You've got the whole 3-month period to fit those 24 workouts in. So if 1 week is busier than the other, or something happens, then you can catch up in the next week, which I really like as well. Financial, maybe your goal is to pay off $60,000 in student loans. Maybe you're like, over the next 3 months, I want to pay off $3,000 of my student loans. And then maybe another SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, achievable, and time-bound and relevant, is I want to budget every month, which is totally in your power and your capability, which is why it's achievable. So yeah, this is the process of breaking it down into what you can actually do over the next 3 months to get closer to your goal. Okay. Track your progress. This is huge. On my goal sheet, and maybe I'll put up an example somewhere on the screen, is I take my 3-month goal, or my 3-month goals in those 6 categories, and then underneath I put charts, and I keep track of everything that I do. Health, finance, academic, career, personal, romantic, and family, like we've already talked about, family and friends. So, for example, every time I work out, I put in my chart below in a section for how many workouts I did this 3-month period. I write the day that I worked out, the date, so let's say August 13th, and then I write the type of workout I did. This month I did cardio, or that day I did cardio, or that day I did an arm workout, or I did a leg workout. For meal plan, I did a meal plan on August 1st. And I usually just write the date that I did the meal plan on. I make a Google Doc with the actual meal plan that I can go click into if I'm curious what I did that day. I'm trying to think of what else. So yeah, the tracking process is so important because that's how, at the end of this, for example, if you want to hang out with your friends more, maybe you could put hung out with my friends 7-1 and then write a little thing about what you did. So you're like tracking the progress on your goal. The review and improve. So this is step 4 in the process. The way that I do it is I like to highlight my goals in my chart green, yellow, and red. Green means I achieved it. Yellow means I got close to achieving it. So for the health goals, since we've been talking a lot about the health goals, let's say the goal was to work out 24 times in this 3-month period. If you worked out 18 times or 22 times in the 3-month period, I hate to have highlighted that red because it doesn't show all the progress in the work that I became so close to achieving. So I'll highlight it yellow if I like sort of accomplished it, or I put in really good effort to accomplish it. And then red if I like, whoa, totally messed up the ball, did not even come close to achieving that goal. I then, at the end of the 3-month period, look at everything that I highlighted in yellow and red, and I think, why did I not achieve those goals in these 3-month periods? And it kind of goes back to the SMART goals. Was it not measurable? That's a mistake that I don't usually make anymore these days, but I made it at the beginning. Was it not realistic? Was it way too hard? Like maybe I said I was gonna work out 60 days or 90 days over the next 3 months, like something that's not. Maybe that's achievable for you, but maybe for some people it's not. So, or, which happens a lot for me, of why I did not achieve my goals if I made it unrealistic. And then relevant, which is a huge one as well, because for me, something that I've noticed is that in some months, 2 or 3 of them might be more important than the others. So that's another thing about when you're making these goals, of like looking at the 3 months ahead and knowing like some months career might be more important, some months romantic relationship might be important, some months your health takes the priority. So relevant is also a huge one as well. Like, is this relevant or makes sense for the stage of life that I'm in right now? Okay, and then when I'm making the goals for the next 3 months, I try to improve, and since I've been doing this for 5+ years, I have really started to refine my goals and make them work for me because I've been doing it for so long. And then step 5, rinse and repeat. This is, you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it every 3 months. This is a journey, this is not a destination. You're constantly going to be working on these goals, and if you fall off the wagon, that's okay. Hop back on the horse and try better next time. This is not about being perfect. This is about getting you closer to where you want to be in life and being intentional and not waking up one day and being like, why do I not have the things in my life that I want in these categories? And so yeah, I hope this video helped you. I hope that you can take some things and apply them to your life. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Bye!